Let's get it. So, man, this video is a chapter 2. It's a rebuttal, a continuation to the Posterity video. This is Posterity chapter 2. But before we get into the Posterity talk, we're going to talk about the chemical reaction video I had, the one I posted before the Posterity. Because somebody said, oh, you said when they orgasm, oxytocin is released, which creates bonding between the pair, having the intimacy. Oxytocin is released when the woman is breastfeeding. So oxytocin is a bonding chemical for women to bond with their kid. It creates bonding with the mother and everything else. So that's when the woman, if her baby is not responding to the breastfeeding, sometimes they get depressed, they get postpartum depression because of that oxytocin that's lacking. So that if oxytocin is being released during this activity, so you should see how strong it is. Because if it's being released for a mother to bond with her baby, and at the same time it's being released when she's having an orgasm, so it creates a bonding experience with a partner, with the person she's getting intimate with. So somebody was like, yeah, okay, oxytocin is being released for women. What about men? It doesn't affect men the same way it affects women, because we got testosterone. Men got testosterone. It neutralizes the effect of oxytocin. That's why a man can love more than one woman. A man can have many wives. A man can be so madly in love with you and have sex with another woman without losing the love he has for you, without losing an inch of the love he has. But if a woman loves you, she ain't seen nobody else. She ain't seen no other man. She can't even imagine herself. I remember, I had a girl, there's a little disagreement. Y'all don't talk for some days. The next thing, after some days, we haven't spoken, she posted a picture with a dude. It's like, right? So she posted a picture with a dude. So I'm like, what the fuck? What you doing, man? So I sent her a message like, what the fuck? What you doing? So she started laughing. She was like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. Like, that's an old picture. Like, you understand? She was like, I'm just fucking with you. Like, she was like, I can't even imagine another guy touching me. Like, she said, I can't even imagine another guy touching me, because she's madly in love, right? So when a woman is into you, she blocks everybody out. So if your girl cheats on you, or if your girl is giving attention to another man, you done lost her, man. You gotta let that go. Because for women, they don't want to be with multiple guys. I'm sure nowadays you see it on social media, but this is not the kind of women, that we want as wives. The women that have gotten to that level where they can be with multiple guys and they don't care, most of the times, it's disaster. We see the examples. We see Kim Kardashian. She just got divorced after 4 kids, and now she's talking about I was just DTF. So that's what you get when you get women, when you marry women like that, who women who have gotten to that level where they just want to fuck around. Because mostly, if your girl, if she loves you, she ain't thinking about, that's why when a relationship breaks up, before the girl breaks up with you, she done broken up with you in her mind 6 months prior. She just needed time. So by the time y'all break up, she's on to the next dude. She's moved on. You understand? Because she done broke up with you in her mind. She needs time to get herself together before she can finally leave. So you as a man now, you break up, you're like, cool, fuck that. But months later, you're gonna start feeling it. Sometimes you even go hard. Y'all break up, you're out there, you know. But you're gonna start feeling it because that's why men feel it more. Because we don't be in our heads processing it. But she don't process it 6 months prior. So she's just, So when she breaks up with you, she's moving on straight up. So that's the difference. So testosterone keeps the effect of the oxytocin low in us. And we've seen it over time, over the ages. Man, you got multiple wives, and everything is good. Let's take an example in the Bible. We got Sarah, we got Abraham. They couldn't have kids. She was barren. She couldn't have a kid. They was married. She told Abraham, "Get with my maid so that she can make a baby for you." Even though he said nah, originally he rejected, but she insisted. Because she was cool. She knows that this dude loves me. So even if he impregnates the maid, if he marries the maid as a second wife, it doesn't matter. Because I am number one. So women, they know this. You understand? So that's the answer to that. So now we're gonna get to the posterity. Posterity, my legacy. I want to have kids. I want to do that. I want to get married. Yo, look at it, man. Like I said yesterday, what's it gonna do, man? What's it gonna change? You're talking about you gonna have kids for the continuation of your bloodline or your legacy. Nigga, when you die, you don't know what's going on. But what you do on earth is gonna live on. Even your kids are gonna die, your grandkids are gonna die. Matter of fact, nobody might know your name. But if you make impact in the world, your name is gonna be remembered. Whether your kids make impact or not. You understand? Your name is gonna be remembered. So what matters is what you do. Even if you ask me, it's selfish, man. You go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, then you die. You didn't do anything. If you ask me, that's selfish. Because look at the world we are, man. Look at everything going on. We got 8 billion, and there's so much disaster everywhere. So what you should be thinking is, what can I add? Look at all this fucked up shit. What can I do to better the earth, to better my environment, to better my surroundings, to better my country, to better my state? That should be primary. It ain't, I want to start a family. We got 8 billion already. What's your family gonna do to change, to make shit better? If you ain't making shit better, you're just adding to the problem. Because you're gonna start a family. They're gonna need resources. I don't know, but from the look of things, man, the resources ain't enough. Gas prices is high because there's war in Russia and Ukraine. I guess there ain't enough to go around. Because if there was enough, there's war in Russia, we're gonna get another supplier, and we're gonna keep the prices the same. But it has to go up. Because the other suppliers, they ain't got as much as Russia, and they ain't got enough to go around. So they got to increase the prices to reduce, whatever the economy consequence to that. The economy consequence. So the point is, from the look of things, the resources aren't enough. So when you add in more people, when you just, you in a struggle. Or maybe you ain't struggling, but you just got a little extra. But now you're thinking, I want to start a family. I want to have kids. You're thinking about yourself. When I was talking about the chemicals, among the examples I talked about, oxytocin, I talked about deep conversation, hugging a loved one, play with animals, stuff like that. So we are humans. We need to explore. We are all connected. Like I said, we are all connected. So we need to explore the connection. So it ain't about you, man. It ain't about you. It's about us. So we ain't thinking about, I'm going to start a family. I'm going to have 4 kids. Nigga, what are your kids gonna bring to the earth? What are you gonna do to make the earth better? That's more important. After you done that, then now you can think about, okay, I want to have kids now, you know. But you ain't did nothing except go to work, come back home, sleep with your wife, then you gonna have kids. Now you gotta double up. You gotta double your hustle up because you gotta pay for them school fees, feeding and all that, upkeep. So you gotta think, don't think about yourself alone, man. Shit is fucked up. What are you gonna do to make shit better? What are you going to do to make the earth a better place? That's primary, essential. That should come first before thinking about kids. You understand? Because think about it, man. We know Abraham, not because of his kid, even though he had Isaac, you know, another great man. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob, another great man. Jacob had 12 kids, the 12 tribes of Israel. Out of these tribes, we had Joseph, you know. So now, Abraham has their bloodline, but everybody made impact. Everybody, but that was foretold. It was foretold already. But we know Abraham not because of his kids, but because of what he did. We know Jacob because, okay, number one, he's Abraham's son. No, Isaac, but because of what he did as well. Then we know Jacob because of what he did, not because of their kids. Matter of fact, we know the other kids because of their father, because of what Jacob did. That's why we know them other kids. And because, you know, they made up the 12 tribes of Israel. So, but Joseph, we know him because of what he did. But we don't really know his kids because they didn't do as great as their dad. But his name is there. You know, he's etched in stone. Abraham's name etched in stone. All these great guys. David, you know, David came from their line. Etched in stone. We know David not because of Solomon, but because of what David did. Etched in stone. We know Solomon because of what his father did. Though he did greater. That's greater as in form of as a wise dude, but the best king Israel ever had is David. Okay, I wouldn't say he did great. Okay, he did greater in his own way. But we know Solomon first because he was David's son, and secondly because of what he did. You understand? Because of what they did. Not because of their kids. If they didn't have kids, their legacy remains, right? Who else now? Okay, let's talk about Nebuchadnezzar. We don't know his kids, man. This dude was, you know, he was king of the world at a point. But we know him because of what he did. We know Caesar. We know Darius of Persia, who I think he took over after Nebuchadnezzar. We know him because of what he did. We don't even know his kids. We know Caesar, you know, whichever Caesar. We know them because of what they did. Look at Genghis Khan. You know, he conquered like three-quarter of the world. But we don't know none of his kids, even though they said every 200 men, in every 200 men, one person has his DNA. I don't know, I don't believe that, but you know, whatever. So imagine, Genghis Khan, like maybe three-quarter of Asia, they have his DNA in them. You know, but if you think, why did he do that? Why is he, you know, spreading his seed? If you think about it, because for him it's like, yeah, I conquered most of the world, so I want to spread my seed. But why is that? Is it ego, selfishness, or God complex? Because it ain't making no difference today. We don't know his kids. We don't know anything about his kids. We just know what he did. So y'all see all these great names I mentioned. The most importantly, as I mentioned yesterday, Jesus Christ. no wife, no kid. That name remains. Tupac, no wife, no kid. That name remains. Michael Jackson, we don't know his kids, man. That name remains. What else? So that's just it, man. Thank y'all for rocking with the kid. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop a comment, and keep rocking. Peace.